I lost everything 4 times. Not because I lacked knowledge. Knowledge was never the problem. And that is why I can explain why most traders fail.
Jesse, 90% of traders lose money. You belong to the other 10%, and you still lost everything 4 times. What does the 90% do wrong that the 10% refuses to do?
Cerebellum. In 1908, I walked out of a brokerage office with nothing. Not because I lacked knowledge. I had been trading for 15 years. I knew every pattern, every signal, every trap, and yet I had just lost everything, again. The market does not care how much you know. It only cares what you do when fear replaces logic. Most traders never succeed because they treat the market like a lottery. They want the prize without buying the ticket. And the ticket in this game is not money. It is discipline paid for in losses.
So knowledge alone is not enough. You had the knowledge, you had the experience, you had the scars, and still, the market took everything. Which means the problem was never information. Jesse, what was it really?
I kept a record of every trade I ever made. Every entry, every exit, every mistake. And what I found was this. I never lost money because I was wrong about the market. I lost money because I refused to accept that I was wrong. The ego is the most expensive thing a trader carries into the room. I know this because I carried mine for 20 years before I finally learned to leave it at the door. And even then, I picked it back up more than once.
So the enemy was never the market. It was the man trading it. But here is what I cannot understand, Jesse. You knew this. You wrote it down. You had lived it more than once. And yet, you still broke your own rules. How does that happen to someone who knows better?
There is only one lesson the market ever taught me that I never forgot. Not because it was complicated, because it was painful. A small loss accepted immediately stays small. A small loss ignored becomes catastrophe. I watched men lose everything, not in one bad trade, but in one bad trade they refused to close. The market did not destroy them. Their hope did. And I was no different. I knew the rule. I broke it anyway. Because in the moment, hope always feels more intelligent than discipline.
Hope feels more intelligent than discipline. That is one of the most honest things I have ever heard about this market. But Jesse, it raises a question I need to ask directly. If hope is the trap, and you recognized it, and you still fell into it 4 times, then what hope does anyone else have? Is discipline something a person can actually learn? Or are most traders simply not built for this?
That is the question I spent my entire life trying to answer. And the truth is uncomfortable. Most people who come to this market are not looking for discipline. They are looking for permission. Permission to believe that this time will be different, that they have finally found the edge, that the rules apply to everyone except them. I gave myself that permission more than once, and the market charged me for it every single time. Discipline is not a skill you learn. It is a battle you fight every single day. And the days you stop fighting are the days the market wins.
A battle you fight every single day. Jesse, you made 4 fortunes. You lost them all. You knew every rule. You wrote some of them yourself. And in the end, the market still won. So I have to ask you the question that nobody in this industry wants to ask out loud. Was it worth it?
The market gave me everything I ever wanted and took back everything I ever had. But what it never took was what I learned. And that is the only thing I can leave behind. Not the fortunes, not the trades, the truth. Most traders will never succeed because they are waiting for the market to change. It never will. The only thing that can change is the man who trades it.
Jesse, one last thing before you go. The trader watching us right now has probably made at least one of the mistakes you described. Maybe all of them. What would you say directly to him? Not as advice, as someone who has been exactly where he is, right now.
I would say this. The market is not your enemy. Your impatience is. Your hope is. Your refusal to be wrong is. I fought those enemies for 40 years. Some days I won. Most days they won. But the fight itself was the only thing that ever made me a trader. Stop waiting to be ready. You never will be. Start paying attention to what the market is already telling you. It has been speaking the whole time. You just haven't been listening.
The only thing that can change is the man who trades it. The market has been saying this for 100 years. Most people are still not listening. Continue the journey. Lessons of Giants, full series below.